Hey everybody, you can be successful or you can make excuses. You get to choose. What's up guys? Welcome to the channel. Excited to bring you a video today with my good friend Lina Stadler. Some of you guys watching know Lina. Some of you guys are going to get to learn a little bit about her over the next few minutes here. But Lina and I have been working together now for about 9 years. And it was a super interesting story about the way that we met. And I think maybe we'll start off just by letting Lina tell that story.
Yeah, it was a crazy story that led us to where we are today. But I had just moved to Edmonton. I was 18 at the time, actually, and I just wanted to find, a job that I could have while I was figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. And so I got a cleaning job, and I used to be Jay's maid, and that's how we met. And I was good at it, I think, but didn't want to do that forever. So yeah, crazy story.
Yeah, who would want to do that forever? So, I mean, obviously things, well, maybe not obviously, but things are going very well for you and your business now. I mean, she was 18 years old, making 15 grand a year when we met. And now, she's very successful. I'm just curious, did you ever, getting started with us, think that you would end up being as successful as you are now?
Not at all. Because I started at 18. In my culture, women get married young and they have families, which is great and all, but that's just not what I wanted to do. And so I was never primed to go and have this crazy big career that I enjoyed and, that kind of thing. So for me, I never saw myself being in this position. I was super shy, always did not like being part of the spotlight, and now I love doing things like this.
Yeah, and Lina's talk about the spotlight. I mean, she's good at it. I don't know if you guys follow Lina on Instagram, but she's a great Instagram follow. Make sure you add her after you watch the video. But there's a reason that I brought Lina into this video, and this isn't the last video that Lina and I will do together, but this one being about excuses. I'm going to tell you that when she was getting started in the business world, she could have made a million of them. There were all kinds of different ones that were available to her to make, and she didn't. That's part of the reason that she's successful today, is that she just didn't make really any excuses. And so what we're going to do over the next little bit is we're going to go through some popular excuses that we hear, popular excuses that people make. And as we go through them, what we want to do is we want to kind of give you some insight as to maybe how we can adjust that thinking, some tangible tips. But as we're doing this, I want you to know we're not beating up on anyone, right? This is about changing perspective so that, we can take some excuses and maybe turn them into reasons. So, I'm interested. This will be kind of the first time Lina's hearing this. She doesn't get to see what's on my screen here, but we'll talk about some common excuses that we hear and how you would coach that person. So I hear many people say that they are too busy to do something or just that they don't have enough time.
I hear that one a lot. Yeah, but if we look at it, the average person watches 4-3 even hours of TV a day. So just right there, I just decided that I was going to cut in, an hour or so to develop myself mentally and just to have that personal development that I was investing in myself. A lot of people just aren't taking that time. That's the reality.
I think that's a huge one. Yeah. Also, people don't plan, and we have far too many distractions. I think there's way too many people have too many distractions. What held me back in business early on was that I was far too busy playing rec hockey, and in the winter and golf in the summer, and it was keeping us from winning. And I had to eliminate some of those distractions. If I were to offer something that maybe was an adjustment on thinking around I'm too busy. What's most important to you? Is it recreation or is it maybe success financially? And then that might help with that. So second one, what about that blanket statement of it's not for me? Meaning this new opportunity is arising, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I would say the world is changing consistently and constantly, and we have to keep up with that. And sometimes we have to get creative in our thinking and change. I never thought the financial world was for me, right? Or really any route that people take, but you can change and you can go learn a new skill. I think that that's an important component to just keep our minds open to learn, because it can lead you to awesome places that normally we just had limitations on because people said we couldn't do something.
And she said something super important in there. The world is changing. Guys, you do not want to be the next blockbuster video. You've got to learn to adapt and learn new stuff.
Yeah.
How about I have a lack of resources or I have a lack of money, so I can't do something?
I think that's just a load of BS. I came from a family of, there was 13 kids. My parents always found a way. People just thought it was impossible to feed that many kids and raise them and all, but they always just found a way, and they always just went and made it happen. So that's the way I viewed a lot of things, was there's always just a way. And you hear about all kinds of crazy stories. People that, a guy that was left at a fire station because no one wanted him and now he's this big CEO, right? Like there's all kinds of stories, and I think it just makes your story that much better when you went through something hard and you still made it happen. But anything can work.
Of course it can, and you can be creative. I think it was Tony Robbins that said it'll never be a lack of resources that will keep you from being successful. It's just a lack of resourcefulness. I might have the reference wrong, but the quote is right. And so, there's always a way. I mean, we have sometimes in our business we have events that we need to go to, and not everybody can just straight up afford to jump on an airplane and go to an event. But we had people that were just getting creative. They were doing closet sales. We had one guy doing push-up contests, and they were just being creative and figuring out a way. Yeah. So I'd say that there's always a way. How about, but what if I fail? I don't want to fail.
We will fail regardless. I fell down so many times, over and over, but you have to go through that. I think that that's just part of life. The sooner we can embrace that, hey, I will fail sometimes and I will make mistakes, but you got to use those as stepping stones and learning from it, right? Because you have to fail. That's just part of life.
Yeah, you should seek failure.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You should be looking for those. Hey, if everything just worked, I'm telling you, you'd end up going really slowly, right? I love trying stuff, and then it doesn't work, and then I learn from it, and then we get better moving forward. Lina, this isn't the right time for me.
It's never the right time. If you look at, I used to just I have to get everything right, whether it's like a fitness plan or business or whatever. It's if there's too much analysis paralysis trying to figure out the best time to, time the market and to open a business and to do this, you'll never actually go and get anything done. That's the reality, but it's never the perfect time. You just have to take action and actually just go make that happen.
That's exactly right. There's never a perfect time for anything, right?
Exactly.
There's always something to pay off. The kids are always in something. Work always is in a busy season. If I'm going to go do something, you just jump and figure it out as you go. One of my favorite phrases is that deciding to jump into the water doesn't make you wet. Jumping in does, right? You just have to jump in sometimes. We got 3 more we'll talk about. Well, what about if I was too young or if I was too old? I think you're the perfect one to talk to about this.
You're talking to the right person about that. I got a lot of that, especially working in the financial industry with what we do. People, they said I was too young, I was not smart enough, I didn't have the people skills. I could go on and on and on, but I didn't let that stop me. Had I actually listened to them, I would not be where I am today. And building the life that I'm building and where we're headed. So I'm glad I didn't listen to that. I think, again, it's just like you said at the very beginning, it's an excuse that people use, but it's just something that we have to work through.
100%. I'm not good with people. I can't take on this new role, this new business, this new job. I'm just not good with people. I just don't like people.
I used to say that, but what I found was that I do like people. I was just scared. I didn't have the confidence to talk about what I did. But what I let happen, as opposed to me getting in my own way, was letting my passion just come out. And then, I may have been a little afraid sitting down with, a client that was much, much older than I. But I just let the passion shine through, and that's what helped me. But I found that I actually do like talking to people and getting to know their stories and where they're from. I think that's, again, another just excuse that some people use.
And she's really good at it. If I were to look at that one, and this will probably speak to a bunch of you guys, but Lina knows this, and my wife knows this, and maybe a couple more people that know me really well, but I'm like the biggest introvert that there is. Like if
I am too.
It's hard maybe if you only know me from the channel and you're just like, yeah, I don't know, Jay. If I could just stay home with my wife and my daughters and never leave, that's pretty much what I would do. But what I realized, and because I'm not good with people, or at least I wasn't, or at least that's what I used to tell myself, but I realized that introverts don't make as much money as extroverts. And so if I wanted to become more successful, I had to get good with people. These are skills you can develop. Nobody's born with people skill or not. And so, that's a valuable skill to work on is your ability with others. And then the last one we'll go through, I think, is the one that takes the most people out of new opportunities, bar none, and it's that they're scared of what other people will think of them.
Approval addiction. That's what I call that. I had a lot of approval addiction when I first started in the business world, but just in general, I cared so much about what people thought about me. But it was because I realized after doing some personal development and really working on myself that it was just lack of confidence, right? It was lack of confidence, and over time, as you grow your own personal confidence in business and in life, I think things like that just don't matter as much anymore. But it takes work. It takes diligent work where you're actually applying yourself and investing in yourself. But when you don't have confidence, you're going to worry about what people are thinking about you, right? And when you don't have clarity of where you're headed in life and what your goals are, because when that clarity is there and you have a strong why, it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what anyone is doing that's in your way. You just go and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're being moral and ethical, and what somebody else thinks, I want you to realize this: it's none of your business anyway what they think. And so, don't be worried about what other people think, especially if they're not going to offer an opportunity in the place of the one they're trying to take from you and something better. Now, I wouldn't be worried about that too much. But I'll tell you what, so for people that can get past all of these different things and not make these excuses, get on the other side of them and turn them into reasons instead of excuses, life can become pretty great.
It's pretty great.
I mean, you grew up in a house with 13 kids.
Yeah, so 15 altogether with my parents.
15 altogether.
Crazy. Yeah.
I'm assuming that if you wanted to jump on an airplane and go somewhere, that might not have been an option for you as a 9 or a 10-year-old girl.
Not at all.
Or go to a beach and have a vacation, those kinds of things. So
we just dreamed of that stuff. It didn't think it was actually possible.
And so what is life like now?
I get to do those things. And the coolest part is, when you don't grow up with much, like some people had an okay, upbringing, but we didn't get to have any opportunities, no sports, nothing like that, right? So when you work really hard, it just feels awesome to be able to, go and enjoy life now, because I'm a huge believer of working really hard, but then also, having fun along the way. But when you come from beginnings like that, you just appreciate it a little bit more. And now I get to bring my family, my sisters, my brother I've brought to on different trips, and that's really cool. And I think that's what matters more to me now, is that quality time and treating them, which is really cool, because we were all, the way we grew up, it was always at a distance. It wasn't like something that we thought we could do and achieve. So it's been fun. It's a whole different lifestyle when you decide to work, right? But I could have listened to the naysayers. I could have listened to, the people that didn't believe in me, that said I was too young, and everything that we went through. I could have had all those excuses, but that's not how you win in life.
I agree. And it's been a lot of fun in 9 years, and I can't wait to see what the next 9 look like for the two of us.
Fired up.
It's going to be awesome. So, hey guys, hope you got some value from that. If you liked it, enjoyed the video, please click like and share it, and send this to somebody who is making too many excuses. Maybe you can help them out a little bit. So, until next time, we'll see you later.